Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, Georgia's head coach told me pregame he has been warning his team all week about this game. Both teams undefeated to start this season, and he believes the difference will be who can execute the best. He believes that his team and his quarterback have the confidence and composure to compete well in this environment. I'll keep you posted on how well they're communicating down here on the field. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top-5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between two top-5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Going to the run, it's Frazier. Got a little grass. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Stockton. He wants it all. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go to the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Underwood starting to feel a little pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back.
There he goes. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback may change this route. The run inside. It's Marsh. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Throwing, Underwood. He's going to take a shot. He's got it inside the 15. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Makes the grab, and he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last two plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone. Breaks into the open. Still on his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Dogs! This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And he tacks on the extra point. He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Here's Underwood to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And this defense forces another fumble. And Johnny on the spot. He had one last week. He's got one this week. He just has a nose for finding the football.
The lone back's got it. Turning it on. Got enough for the first. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
You know, know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
He sends 3 receivers right, maybe looking for man coverage on the left on 2nd and 5. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Making side adjustments here. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. They get to him as he throws. Got his man downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quarterback keep. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Makes the grab. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Maybe some room here. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Caught in the backfield, it's Marsh. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeper. Oh, he's got some space. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Caught in the backfield, it's Mark. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Underwood can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. To the air, it's Underwood. Throws it deep. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Man, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Dances away to buy time. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
The name of the game is trying to pressure the quarterback. These bootlegs do a really good job of moving the quarterback's launch point. And then guess what? Now he gets to run the football. So he gets outside the pocket, makes guys look silly with his speed, and gets big chunks of yards like it's nothing.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
These receivers on these scramble drills are going to have to play with a little bit more urgency because this pass rush is getting after the QB. He was flushed out to the left and wasn't able to complete that throw because of the hit he took.
Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Coaches preach all week about physicality. That is how you do it. That is how you put it on tape. That's how you show everybody in the locker room, everybody on the field. This is how our defense is going to be. Do not run the football because we will knock you senseless.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quick strike complete. Only in the hops. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown Bulldogs. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Chambers. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He'll pull it down and run. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Throwing, Underwood. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Buchanan. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Smashes through the tackle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. He'll bring it out. It's Phillips. He gets a block. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Got a little space. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Here's Underwood to throw. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. They strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. That's a fumble. He Picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man all by himself. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air, it's Stockton. Gets it out fast.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. It's complete to the right. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And, man, guys, we talked about this guy coming into the game, right? He's good, and he can catch the football. He can make plays. That's his first target on the day. And I think the defense is just as surprised as we are, but the offense definitely got to get this guy more involved.
Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they used a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Takes the handoff, and he's going right.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Frazier. At the 35, he's got room. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been humming.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. This will likely be the last play of the half. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Ben, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the number 11 team, the Texas A&M Aggies.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
And it's the Red Raiders coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And it's 3 straight victories for this team as they start to get hot.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Handoff for Frazier. He's loose at the 15. Picks up the first down. He's into the open down the middle. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Michigan. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And they did tack on the extra point. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Fires quickly. Got 9 yards on the play. Leaves him with 3rd and a yard. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. They'll try to run for it. Makes a man miss. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on 3rd down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Phillips. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense. Man, he's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on 3rd down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Pocket breaking down. They've got the screen set up. There he goes. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll run with Nate Frazier. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Got his man on the outside. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone. 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. This drive will open from the 15. Running inside. It's Marshall. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need
intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
Here's Nate Frazier. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver going in motion. Makes the catch. It's a fumble on the play. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Motion from the wide receiver. Underwood. Setting up the screen. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll throw it. He's got his man across the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Makes a connection. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Run in the red zone, it's Marshall. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Moving out of the pocket. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, just nothing happening that time for the QB, right? RPO keeps it. He's trying to throw, nobody there. He tries to buy time, getting out to his right-hand side, but the defense took everything away and just forced the quarterback to have to eat the football.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. Here's the heat. Trying to make something happen. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
Now, what a great job by this defense. Never giving up, man. Gave up some yards, get inside their own 1 on 4th and goal. And what did they do a good job of? Getting pushed, man. The big boys getting in the backfield, getting penetration, not letting a hole even open up, and they get the big 4th down stop.
Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Looking down the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
Man, that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
Not a lot of room to make this catch. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's been the case for this guy here today. He's been under pressure. He hasn't been in rhythm. He's thrown an interception. This has just not gone his way.
Moving out to the right. Lets it fly with the catch. It's Marshall. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Unloads to the right. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Got enough for the first. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Quickly complete. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Got his man. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the right. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Off play action on 1st down. Touchdown, Bulldog! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Throwing, Underwood. Looking to the big tight end. That's caught. It's Marshall. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Underwood to throw. Scrambling away. Working that left side now. Jumped on top of the pile. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snap to the back. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense has just had this QB's number all game long. We're here in the 4th quarter, and still, he's not able to set up in the pocket. He gets flushed to the outside, nothing open, and it's an incompletion.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Got him downfield. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. And if they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again. And listen, you start to get desperate, right? Late in the game, it's in the fourth quarter. You know, I got to steal a possession somehow, some way, and you got to pull the trigger and kick an onside, something you feel good with. They tried. Unfortunately, they failed, and this game's going to get difficult now, even more down the stretch.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Complete. Hard running there. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
At the 20, he's got space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting push and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the ground with the back. Just steamrolling the defense. Touchdown, Dogs! And the stomping has commenced. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He's got great speed. He found some really good running room on that one. It just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Underwood. He wants a big play here late. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Bringing it back. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. A pick 6.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he made the extra point without problem. Fielded in the end zone, it's Chambers. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end.